What's up, everybody? Bandit here. So we are down here in Uwharrie, North Carolina, and we got down here last night. We were able to set up some camp and run a couple trails last night, but nothing too serious. But we want to start this video out today. We have a full day ahead of us. We're going to run trails all the way to dusk and maybe even a little after. And as you can see, we have quite a few different rigs behind us. It should be a great time. We'll take you along on the adventure with us. So we're leaving the campsite here, and from what we can gather, Uwharrie is set up kind of with a fire road going down the middle. So we're on that fire road now, and there's trails veering off to the left and right of this trail as we go. So the guy in front of us, as you can see on the bike, he's been here quite a few times and knows his way around pretty well. So we'll have him leading the crew today, and I believe I have about another 4 rigs behind me, if I remember correctly. So we are here on a Saturday, and it's not overly busy as of now, but I'm sure as it warms up, we'll be seeing more and more people. Uwharrie is only open from, I believe, April to December. So it is, you know, this being the end of April, it is still early season for Uwharrie. And it is my first time here, never been here before. So really looking forward to what we can find out there on the trails today. So this trail that we just turned onto here is called Dickey Bell, and it is listed as a difficult trail, but we're going to at least see what's on it. The guy in front of us tells us that it does have a pretty good hill climb on it. We're going to try to make it up this way. If not, we'll just head back to that fire road that we were just on, and you know, maybe come down it from the top. But all these little mounds that we're going over are water breaks, and that's just to slow down erosion. And we were talking about it last night at dinner, and actually a lot of the local off-road clubs come out here and help preserve this trail and do all the preventative maintenance. You also see a couple of guardrails and that sort of thing out here to keep people on trails, and they do all that too. So I think that's really great. You know, it's fantastic to have all these trails through the national forest, but we can only have that if we take care of them the right way and everything like that. So if you do come out here, you know, be sure to wheel responsibly. But you know, this is just a fantastic place, at least from what we've seen last night and what we're looking at today. And the trails are actually really smooth. Back home they're real rocky and everything like that, but here with all this clay and not a whole lot of rocks, at least at most points, it is fairly smooth riding. So we are just in 4 high here, and you know, the trail's not overly difficult, at least to this point, but you definitely want to have it in 4-wheel just to have a little bit of that extra traction. But I'm not sure that 4 low or the locker are necessary up to this point, at least.
Good. I put your tire on that rock that you rode over.
That one?
Yeah.
Should be on the back of it. I've never wheeled in a place where they have guardrails on both sides like this. It's kind of interesting.
Odd, yeah.
I mean, it's obvious what it's for, but it's just never seen anything like that before.
Mm-mm.
It's like you're in some kind of racetrack or something, the way it's set up.
Designated trails like this. Let me get out and spot you for body.
Yeah,
issues.
that's probably best. Okay, so we are going to drop it down into 4 low for this section, just to give that added little bit of security. Is that straight?
Like right over here. You could do it. Definitely a good bit of rocks. But if you have your line right through here, you'd go a little camper. Whatever you think.
You think locker or no? Yeah. Okay. I see it. What do you got over there? Step down on the. Yeah, step down on the rear. Is this the hill climb part you were referring to? No?
No, it's much worse.
I was gonna say, we weren't even in four-wheel drive for the majority of this. Just
Yeah, it's like the first like mile or two is super easy on this.
Yeah.
The rest of it's not quite. Yeah, it's about like this for
Okay.
ways.
But this is uphill or downhill?
We're going down. It's basically downhill all the way out.
Okay.
And if y'all want to go down that hill climb, you can. I don't know. We'll look at it.
Okay. Yeah.
If not, what we'll do is we'll turn around and then come back up.
Okay.
Out of here.
That's fine.
Spot through here.
Yeah, that'd be great if you don't mind.
I think if you just stay driver
Okay.
and keep your front end near that rock right there, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can't see it right now.
All right. Yeah, just come on. Let me get down.
Okay.
Just want to pull up. Maybe we'll get everybody else down to here and
Okay.
head on. Good, keep on. We might pull up and let that UTV
Yeah.
go by it wherever we can. I think you got her.
Am I clear of it?
Yep.
Alrighty. So at least riding up to it, that did look like a pretty grueling obstacle, but if you have your spotters and you can trust them and kind of just take it one step at a time and get your truck in the exact right position, that's really the key here. You don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need to come out here and try to be a hero, but if you just take it one step at a time, you can normally get through it and go on to another trail, another obstacle.
come forward.
Bad thing
You want to go forward, backwards.
is, shoot, you could come right here too.
Keep on going.
Actually, not.
Clear. About all there. There you go.
That was the exhaust.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Cool. That's pretty rich, yeah.
I'm going right here.
Yep.
Right here. I think we catch you at 12 Yeah, you would. It helps. Well, originally I was going to practice. So the practice accident got played.
It's good flex. There was. Driver.
Don't worry, the Jeep got in for
Alright. Move that rock so you go over the tire. So down it. You good? Drive rather. There you go. Lower your ear down. Drop down there.
I see it.
Straighten it out a little bit. Alright, keep going. Driver.
What you got over there?
Come on. You're good, it's just a rock. That's it there. Just clear the back end, you're good.
Yeah, step down on the rear.
You're done now. You good? Driver. Come on. Yep. You good? You want to come down here or you want to cut that way?
That seems just a little jagged for my life.
Yeah. Alright. Go this way. You go to the tree. You're gonna drop. Straighten out a little bit. You're good. Flex it.
If you're good, just take it slow.
Easy over that. You're good. Good?
Yep. Now continue to take it
My
slow.
back end and drop in.
Yeah, just take it real slow, like ride the brake. Yep, you're good.
There you go.
So riding these trails today, it is really, really warm. We're looking at about 90 degrees right now. That creek off to the left there that we just crossed is looking awfully tempting right now, but it's certainly really warm. We've been crawling around here mostly 4 low for most of the day. We are running difficult trails still, and running the air conditioned full blast and everything like that. We're still looking at perfect temperature. We haven't even touched the hot mark yet. You wouldn't expect any of that. Again, this truck does have the tow package, which does give you some upgraded cooling components like a transmission cooler and some other things. But we're just looking really, really good right now. Currently, we're crawling around here in 4 high, and just really having a good time. Very comfortable in here still, and we're looking all right. So here, it looks like we're back on the main logging road now, but there's all kinds of campsites here, both on the trail and close to the trailhead where we're actually camping right now. But a lot of people just bring their trucks back here, and actually we've seen quite a few tow rigs and everything else back here, big like Dodge 2500s and that sort of thing, just pulling 20, 30 foot trailers full of weekend toys. So another part of these trails is, it's nearing 1 o'clock right now. We've been wheeling since about 9:30 this morning, but we haven't even come near to the scope of these trails. Now, obviously, we'll drive all the way till nighttime tonight and probably head back sometime tomorrow. But it's really, really reasonable to go four-wheeling here. So you're looking at about $5 per day. Actually, it is $5 per day, not about, for a trail pass. And then at the campground, at least that we're staying at, it is $5 per night. And that gives you basically your own little spot with a little fire pit and everything else. But, more or less $10 per day if you're going to spend the night here. And that seems really reasonable. We've been to some other places in the past that were a good bit more expensive. Well, trying to let these people behind me get going around me, but they're not taking the hint. There they go. So there is right many people out here, at least on this weekend. It is pretty nice weather, but it is really, really reasonable to go four-wheeling here. And we've been talking the whole day. This is one of our favorite places that we've come so far, and we've been having just a really great time out here. This looks like a bone stock Grand Cherokee, WK model, if I'm not mistaken, maybe. But yeah, he's doing just fine out here. And that's another great thing about this. I'm in a bone stock Tacoma TRD off-road, which is a fairly capable truck, but we're passing everything from fully built Jeeps and Broncos and everything else to stock Grand Cherokees like we just saw there. So a little all over the place, and there's something for everyone out here. So if you definitely live close to North Carolina on the East Coast, I'd recommend coming out here and at least exploring, camping for the weekend. You don't have to do any serious wheeling, but it is just really nice being out here. So here we're running Uwharrie trail number 90, which is Dutch John. It's another difficult trail similar to the last one that we were on. As of now, it is starting off a little easy. We did have that pretty good hill descent on the last trail that we ran, but I was told this one was not quite as bad, so we'll kind of keep y'all along for the ride on this one as well. But so far it's just been quite a few water breaks. This one does seem to be slightly rockier. You know, a lot of those pebbles that you can see there over the hood. Just a little bit bumpier ride. Nothing really too difficult though. Little love tap there. Get a little flexy here, I think.
Yeah. It's the first rock we've seen all day.
It really is.
Loose rock.
Yeah, and just these smaller ones too.
Yeah. Wonder if this is the gully he was telling us about yesterday.
I'm not sure.
Or we're getting close to the gully.
Yeah, the guy that's leading us was telling us yesterday about this one trail that had real deep. It was like you were driving through a canyon almost, similar to what we're looking at in front of us actually, but a lot deeper is kind of what he was explaining. All right, right or left? What are you thinking?
Can we hop out? Or you wanna go?
Let's look at it real quick.
It looks like it splits again down there. You got left or right here.
Go up on this side, I guess.
Just watch the rock on that side.
Yeah, we'll stay here.
Like the big rock.
Oh, I'm good on the big one. Just a little tippy toe over this one.
You good on it?
Yep.
Okay.
Plenty of room.
I would stay left.
Yeah.
Let's get over that with your tire.
And we've came, you know, we're not too deep into the trail, but you know, we're still running all this in two-wheel drive. I don't really see a reason to put it in anything more right now.
Especially if it's downhill. You don't
Yeah.
need four-wheel driving downhill.
Yeah, I mean, you're using your brakes more than you're using your gearing anyhow at this point, so.
Yeah.
So the vehicle that you can see kind of coming up on my rear here is one of our newest members to our off-road club, and what he's driving is an earlier 5th gen Toyota 4Runner that's a limited trim model. So now the limited trims do have a little bit worse approach and departure angles, and they usually have some running boards. He did take his running boards off, but it is proven to be a pretty good off-roader out here. So coming up that last obstacle, he did use A-Track, and it seemed to really work well for him. But he also has some a tire upgrade. I believe they're Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax, and they seem to be working just fine. But you got to remember that he is on a 20-inch wheel, so airing down, he won't be able to air down quite as much, and he probably is experiencing a little bit rougher ride. But he does have big plans for his build, and I'm sure we'll see that come along here in the process. But overall, he's been keeping up just fine. It is probably his first real big wheeling expedition, and like I said, he's been on my 6 most of the day and been doing just fine. You good? You're clear of it.
Driver. When he's off that, you're good. Push this tree. Good job. You're good. Go ahead. Not you. Take the same line. Brakes good? Yeah. I'll go. You just carry a lot less.
Watch out with the water.
This is the trailhead of Daniel that we're on right here. Like I said, we're not going to run the whole thing. We're just going to try to get a little bit closer to the top and try to get a better idea of what exactly it is that's up there. Looks like it really opens up here around the corner.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if that's where he was talking about that rock slab.
Could be. It looks like a...
Pretty rocky.
Yeah, it looks really big. Look at that.
I see where many tires have
Yeah.
scuffed on the rocks.
So, here's at least the bottom part of it. This must be the part that everyone gets hung up on. Or we're getting closer to it. There's a lot more traffic up this way. That is for sure.
Did you hear the blow up valve?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was turbo. He did a wheel stand on the stump
Yeah, I
here.
saw that.
Went like this and then dropped back down. He rolled backwards and then rolled down the hill.
They don't give crap.
Serious blow up though. All four spin.
So after seeing Daniel, we decided that was pretty much not for us. So we're gonna go back here and explore some more trails, and some of them that we already haven't had a good time on the first time.
So the reason that you're seeing a bit of a break in the videos at Uwharrie is because it was starting to get a bit late and we ran into a family that had a four-wheeler accident. So basically what happened is they were going down one of the trails and hit some sort of obstacle, whether it be a rock or one of those water breaks. The man flew over the handlebars of his four-wheeler. He is okay. We just had to load the four-wheeler into the back of Bandit's Taco and we got that safely down along with the family to the main camping area where they were staying, and met up with the paramedics and got him all checked out, and he may be just getting out of it short of a dislocated shoulder, possibly a broken arm. We're not exactly sure what came of that, but he is okay, which we're thankful for. But overall, we had a really great time. We all made it back all right, and we would highly recommend that you all visit Uwharrie National Forest down in North Carolina. It was about a 3-hour drive for us down south of Blacksburg, Virginia, and the weather was beautiful this weekend. The prices are very, very nice. $5 for camping and $5 for taking those trails for the day, so you're out about $10 overall throughout the entire day. So we did just wheel that one day and some of the night before to kind of get ourselves familiar with it, or as familiar as we could get as the night had come through, because that's all that we had time for that first night. But the trails ranged anywhere from easy, medium to pretty difficult. We had found ourselves mostly on medium to difficult trails, and we found it to be true that the size of truck that Bandit has, the access cab with the long bed, the shortest truck you can get in these 3rd gen Tacos, is probably just about as trail worthy as you can get, because I knew as soon as we had gotten there, going over those water breaks in my TRD Sport double cab long bed, there is no way I would have been able to go over those without some more of ground clearance, that just without a lift or anything like that. The breakover angles would not have sufficed. And I'm glad that I didn't bring my truck, because ultimately that is not what I wanted my truck for initially, though I love being out on the trails. I know that might sound contradicting, but you might find out in a few weeks why I say that. Anyways, so I just want to thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you next time.